up, the Diocese of El Paso is responding following 8 new child sex abuse lawsuits filed against them in a New Mexico court. We look over the lawsuit and what it alleges happened at several churches in the area. Then President Trump threatened to sue the Wall Street Journal over a story about an alleged letter he wrote to Jeffrey Epstein. We have details on what the letter allegedly included.
We'll watch another round of scattered thunder showers tonight with the potential for brief heavy rainfall, but we take a pause on storms as we heat up for Saturday. I'm going to have your detailed forecast. We're live on KTSM Plus, and your news starts right now.
You're watching KTSM 9 News First at 4. Starts right now.
Good afternoon and thank you for choosing KTSM Plus, your new digital newscast. I'm Paulina Spencer in for Monica Cortez today. The Catholic Diocese of El Paso is responding following 8 new lawsuits that have been filed against them. As we've reported, 2 lawsuits were filed back in spring of 2024 alleging that priests and bishops committed sexual abuse against young children ages 3 to 15. Court documents say some of the abuse happened as long ago as 50 years, with victims coming forward. The El Paso Diocese sent KTSM a statement reading in part, quote, "The diocese has been made aware of the aforementioned lawsuits and cannot comment on any pending litigation. The diocese takes all matters of abuse as grave and serious situations and will work to ensure that justice is served," end quote. The diocese says they encourage individuals with any knowledge of any misconduct or crime committed by any member to come forward to law enforcement. A Fort Bliss soldier has pleaded guilty after he was accused of shooting and killing a couple during a fight outside an East El Paso bar. This just one day before his murder trial was set to begin. According to the El Paso District Attorney's Office, 22-year-old Andrew James Williams pleaded guilty to murder and several other charges. This happened back in July of 2023 when a fight broke out between a group in the parking lot of the Ditsy Duck Bar on Airway Boulevard. 26-year-old James Nicholson, his girlfriend 27-year-old Alexa Ratana, and their group were at the bar when an argument began and led to a physical fight. Surveillance video shows Williams shooting at the group. Nicholson and Ratana died at the scene while 4 others were also wounded. Williams fled the scene but was apprehended when he was trying to enter Fort Bliss. He will serve 3 concurrent life sentences in a Texas state prison. To read more on all of our top stories, simply visit ktsm.com. And taking a break from our top stories, let's turn to weather. This is the live look outside using our tower camera. It's looking beautiful out there. Some clouds out there, but it's looking really nice. I call those clouds happy clouds because they look happy. Right,
like
Robert?
Somebody painted them. That guy that could paint a tree,
they're
in
not
one
dark
stroke.
and scary. They're really pretty.
Exactly.
They're nice ones.
Well, there's a chance those happy clouds could actually turn a little angry on us tonight. So 97 degrees at the airport right now. We've got a dew point at 51. 21% relative humidity, south winds about 13 miles per hour. Satellite radar composite. Now, the main moisture core of the monsoon has shifted out to the west, so you can see over the mountains of the Gila Wilderness the best storm chances for tonight. However, we're hot enough today and we still have an unstable atmosphere, still plenty of moisture. So with the afternoon heating, these thunder showers could crop up a little bit later tonight. And as we saw yesterday, bring some brief, heavy rainfall. It's been an active day up around Ruidoso today. However, the flood warning just expired, and that was just to their south and to their east. We'll watch those thunder showers taper off for the weekend ahead, at least one day, and that will be Saturday. High temperature goes up to 100 degrees for us. Kind of a day off from storms before those thunder showers come back Sunday evening, and then heavy rain threat days next week. I'll have your detailed forecast coming up in just a little bit. Paulina.
Robert, thank you. Well, let's take a look at traffic right now. It's 404. This is I-10 Kansas. It's looking good out there. A lot of cars on the road. It is Friday, so obviously people are out. It's also 404. People are heading home from work, but it looks pretty nice out there. And ahead of the weekend, there are some road closures that you should be aware of that could affect your commute. According to TxDOT, the closures continue in West El Paso due to the I-10 Widening West project. On Sunday night from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., North Desert between Trans Mountain and Enchanted Springs will be closed. TxDOT says crews will be removing concrete barrier. And starting on Sunday through next Friday from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. nightly, the left lane of I-10 east and westbound between Anthony and Nashua will be closed. TxDOT says that crews will be performing concrete placement for new pavement. And you can always stay up to date with the road closures by visiting KTSM.com. And in national news, a new spending cuts just cleared the House and Senate. In today's Political Minute, News Nation's Mike Viqueira breaks down what's inside the latest legislation passed by Congress.
A clawback of federal spending. I'm Mike Viqueira, News Nation Washington Bureau Chief. Congress just passed the president's rescissions package, slashing $9 billion in funding previously approved by Congress. The cuts target foreign aid and the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, which funds news outlets NPR and PBS. Speaker Mike Johnson taking a victory lap after the bill cleared the House, telling reporters that the president and Republicans are delivering on fiscal responsibility. Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries voiced Democrats' opposition on the House floor, saying the legislation will undermine rural Americans' ability to access public media. The Trump administration has signaled that more spending cut requests will be sent to the Congress in the near future. In all, the total national debt now stands above $36 trillion. I'm Mike Viqueira, and this is the News Nation Political Minute.
And back to that story at the top of our newscast, President Trump threatened to sue the Wall Street Journal over a story about an alleged letter he wrote to Jeffrey Epstein. The Wall Street Journal story says the letter featuring a sketch of a naked woman and Trump's signature was part of a collection of notes for Epstein's 50th birthday in 2003. On Thursday, President Trump denied writing the letter more than 2 decades ago. The Justice Department has not responded to the Wall Street Journal, and the FBI declined to comment. And coming up, caught in the act, a CEO and his mistress are caught on camera in a video that's gone viral. You're not going to want to miss the moment they knew they were busted. Then, El Paso Community College is teaming up with El Pasoans Fighting Hunger once again to host an event to serve the community. We have more on the initiative. Thanks for watching KTSM Plus, putting local first. Welcome back. For today's In the Comments segment, we're talking about the very viral moment at a Coldplay concert. Take a look.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay? Oh, what? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Whoops. Well, as you saw there, a couple at a Coldplay concert Wednesday night got an unexpected shout out. We now know that CEO Andy Byron of the AI and data company Astronomer, and the woman is his human resource officer, Kristen Cabot. Cabot has been divorced since 2022, but Byron is not. Byron released a statement apologizing to his family, his wife, and company, while kind of blaming the band as well, saying what should have been a private moment became public without his consent. And we posted this story to our social media accounts, and many of you had a lot to say. Jonathan Starr wrote, well, they shouldn't have been Coldplaying, LOL. Edna Rebel wrote, LMAO, cheaters, with 3 exclamation points, might I add. And Jenny Rodriguez wrote, out in public, oh well, looking to get caught. She also used the little shrug emoji. And finally, Rose Boydston wrote, honey, I'm working late, oops. And oops indeed. Everyone has been talking about this viral video. I've seen people discuss it online and even here in the newsroom. There's been some chatter. A very unfortunate time for those involved, but a very good time for all of those who like the chisme, the little gossip. And here at KTSM, we value your opinion and we want to hear more from you. So make sure you're following us on our social media platforms to keep in touch with us through the comments. And up next, the live action version of How to Train Your Dragon is out for home viewing with bonus features including deleted scenes. Mark Barger gives us a sneak peek coming up. This is KTSM 9 News, first at 4. Hey, can you ask Elvia how we're doing on time? Can we kill the crosstalk at the top? No.
No, we don't. Whatever you want.
Yeah, because the other one at least has a video. Yeah, okay. Then it'll be straight to you, Robert.
Alrighty.
And then
do we have any live cams or anything good?
We can pull up something. That'll also
Okay.
make up the time. That's nice.
Sounds good.
That looks pretty. Although those clouds do not look happy. They look like mean clouds.
I wish they would do something. Let's go. That almost doesn't look like video. That looks like a picture.
Your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
You're looking at a live picture of Mount Cristo Rey from our studios. Now, those clouds don't look as happy as the other clouds we saw earlier in the newscast. According to Paulina, the happy clouds are better. But I hope those clouds turn a little more angry and deliver more rainfall. That's what I'd like out of it. Let's check the rain totals over the last 24 hours. Now, we had 2 flood advisories in El Paso, one right over the heart of town, one up around Chaparral yesterday, but not a drop in the official rain gauge at the airport. Nothing for Las Cruces last 24 hours, 0.01 Deming, 0.15 Silver City, and 0.08 up in Ruidoso, 0.28 down in Van Horn. I'll look at the high temperatures so far today. 98 Juarez, 97 El Paso, 95 Las Cruces, and 95 Deming. Right now in Las Cruces, 94 degrees. We've got a dew point at 47. Winds coming in from the south. Winds change this Saturday. They're going to come in from the south and southwest, drying us out, stabilizing us. A big ridge of high pressure builds up just for Saturday and Sunday, and it stretches from the heart of Texas, and we get the edge. So it's going to, as you can see, push all the major thunderstorm action out to the Arizona and New Mexico border. Now tonight we're still open for possible thunder showers with brief heavy rainfall. Now these are in a hit or miss pattern, randomly scattered. So you may get rain, you may not. It's up to nature at this point, but you can see we've got some storms over Hudspeth County right now, far northeast county, mainly lightning and wind with an intense little cell of rainfall and just over the border into Mexico. One isolated cell. We'll keep that chance of thunder showers in late until the night tonight. Now we do have action up here around Cloudcroft, thunder showers there. We had a flood advisory on the eastern slopes of the Sacramentos earlier. Now we also have a flash flood watch posted for Ruidoso. All the action has moved to the west today. Silver City, much needed rainfall there with a very strong thunder shower approaching Deming from the north and from the west. Also TRC and also up around Elephant Butte. Plenty of rain and lightning up there. Here are the winds. We will be occasionally gusty even if storms do not materialize in the area tonight. Distant storms will produce occasional gusts. Here comes your exclusive 9-hour forecast for tomorrow. Very different day as we climb to 100 degrees. I'm removing the storm chances. We'll probably see distant lightning by late tomorrow evening and get occasional gusts, but that's about it. Your allergy forecast 9. It's been very steady in the high range for the last few days. Here are your low temperatures tonight. 67 Alamogordo, 66 Deming, 75 Juarez, and 74 for El Paso. High temperatures tomorrow going up to 96 Alamogordo, 97 Deming, and 100 for Juarez. Tonight for you Las Cruces, want to keep that chance of thunder showers in with brief heavy rain possible tonight. 66 the low. High temperature tomorrow, 97. All the storms move to the west, so a quiet day tomorrow. 74 our low temperature tonight with those pop-up thunder showers. Brief heavy rain, but the key out of these storms tonight, brief. 100 the high temperature for tomorrow with partly cloudy skies. Coming up in just a bit, I'll have your exclusive 9-day forecast. We'll talk about heavy rain threats that come in next week. You stay with KTSM 9 News.
We're back with more local stories. El Paso Community College is teaming up with the El Pasoans Fighting Hunger Food Bank to serve the community at an event held this morning. KTSM caught up with the Associate Director of Student Leadership and Campus Life to learn more about the collaboration. Take a listen.
The main intention is to be able to, since the food bank only has one location in the city, the idea is for EPCC to be partners with them to be able to service more people in the community. First, of course, our students, but of course, because they have relatives around the city, right? So it's our intention for them to also be taken care of.
The event also had food trucks, fun, and summer safety tips, and it took place at the EPCC Valle Verde campus. The Plaza Film Festival kicked off yesterday, returning for its 18th year. The festival brings movies to the historic theater and around downtown, and there will be some special guests in attendance. Hispanic writer and film director Luis Valdez will appear for onstage interviews before two of his movies, La Bamba and Zoot Suit. And Hollywood icon Veronica Cartwright will appear with two of her legendary movies, Alien and The Birds. The festival is set to run until July 27th at the Plaza. Tickets are now available on Ticketmaster. And in entertainment news, earlier this summer, the live-action version of How to Train Your Dragon won over moviegoers. Now, the film is available for home viewing with bonus features, including deleted scenes. Mark Barger has those details.
The nature of movie making
Oh no, I'm good.
is that not everything makes the final cut.
There's an old editing adage of when in doubt, cut it out.
That's why moviegoers did not see a finished version of this scene in How to Train Your Dragon.
Unfortunately, it's brutal because the scenes that get deleted have just as much love and craftsmanship poured into them as any other.
But director Dean DeBlois rescued scenes like this one.
Everything we know about you guys is wrong.
From the cutting room floor for the bonus features in Dragon's home entertainment release.
Everything we know about them is wrong.
DeBlois directed the original animated film, which gave him a head start on the live-action transition.
I wanted to make sure that, as best I could, we managed to preserve the sense of wonder and the earned emotions, and not have it feel like a costume play.
Having leads in Mason Thames and Nico Parker, who grew up with Hiccup and Astrid, helped.
And they were really able to bring something personal to their performances that lit up the screen.
And being on that screen still stuns them.
The fact that it's even a movie that is out and exists to the world is still kind of constantly mind-blowing to me.
And mind-blowing fun for Dragon fans. Mark Barker, NBC News.
Now, I went to go see this movie with my sister and my niece, and we just loved it. I'm a fan of the original, and I definitely enjoyed this one, so if you haven't, you should definitely check it out. Well, that does it for us here on KTSM Plus, but don't go anywhere. We still have another half hour of news on KTSM 9 News, first at 4. Yeah. Yeah. I'm probably, what's up? No, yo le puse, it's a very serious situation, and a lot of you guys are talking about it. Yeah, but I don't think I'm gonna talk for 20, yeah, I'll just say, pero déjalo so I can remember the script. I'll just be like, it's a very serious situation, yeah. Welcome back to KTSM 9 News First at 4, to a story we brought to you at the top of our show. A Fort Bliss soldier has pleaded guilty after he was accused of shooting and killing a couple during a fight outside an East El Paso bar. This just one day before his murder trial was set to begin. According to the El Paso District Attorney's Office, 22-year-old Andrew James Williams pleaded guilty to murder and several other charges. This happened back in July of 2023 when a fight broke out between a group in the parking lot of the Ditsy Duck Bar on Airway Boulevard. 26-year-old James Nicholson, his girlfriend 27-year-old Alexa Ratana, and their group were at the bar when an argument began and led to a physical fight. Surveillance video shows Williams shooting at the group. Nicholson and Ratana died at the scene, while 4 others were also wounded. Williams fled the scene but was apprehended when he was trying to enter Fort Bliss. He will serve 3 concurrent life sentences in a Texas state prison. Meanwhile, El Paso's public health department is losing millions in federal and state grants, and now it's working to scale back several programs while keeping others afloat. This all comes after the Trump administration slashed funding for federal health agencies across the country. The department lost $3.5 million in funding, with most of that tied to COVID-era grants that have now expired. And while some programs are being cut entirely, others are being restructured to keep services going with less. Those pandemic-era grants were initially meant to help cities respond to the COVID-19 emergency, but local health agencies were also allowed to use that money for other needs, like tracking infectious diseases and preparing for future emergencies.
Those programs that were reduced by a specific percentage, that included our public health emergency preparedness, our laboratory, and tuberculosis, those have been affected in the way that we have to rework our budget and eliminate several positions.
Sierra says the department is now looking for new grants to make up for the lost funding. In the meantime, officials say they are doing what they can to stretch resources without disrupting care. To our Austin newsroom, the Texas legislature is coming back to Austin on Monday after Governor Greg Abbott said they have a lot more work left to do. Among the 18 items state lawmakers can consider during the special session, 4 relate to disaster preparedness and flooding relief after that deadly Independence Day flooding. Adam Schwager examines what these changes might look like.
The Independence Day floods were Texas's deadliest in over a century.
I've never seen the river like this before, and because it was just a little creek, and then all of a sudden it's just like wide.
Alan Dolich was staying at a Kerrville RV park that morning. He made it out safely. So many others weren't as lucky. And that's what state lawmakers are looking to change when the next storm comes.
We're going to look for strategies that we can pass laws on that will make preparation for these types of events better, make response to these types of events better.
Governor Greg Abbott added 4 topics to the special session beginning Monday: flood warning systems, relief funding for the Hill Country, natural disaster preparation and recovery, and flood emergency communications.
We don't get as high of a subscription to Warn Central Texas and other local warning systems that we would like.
That's State Senator Sarah Eckhart. She filed a bill allowing Texans to opt in to emergency weather alerts when applying for a driver's license. It originally passed in 2019, but Governor Abbott vetoed it.
The governor said that, I believe, I quote, local governments, not the state, should be in charge of gathering and managing this type of data. But as we've seen, not enough people are signed up.
According to RAND, a nonprofit, nonpartisan research organization, about 11% of Texans have opted out of getting imminent threat alerts. More bills are coming. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick and State Senator Paul Betancourt are advocating for flood sirens. State Senator Carol Alvarado filed a bill to expand disaster recovery loans for small businesses in a time when the Hill Country is still reeling.
We will move on, but we will never forget that this happened.
In Austin, I'm Adam Schwager.
In a statement, Governor Greg Abbott's press secretary said, quote, Governor Abbott has been consistent that emergency management is best handled from the bottom up, not the top down, and that local communities should be empowered to best serve their constituents. The governor looks forward to working with the legislature in the upcoming special session to improve early warning systems and strengthen emergency communications in flood-prone areas, end quote. And new changes could soon be coming to the way you pack your suitcase for air travel. The TSA is looking to make some security adjustments to what you can bring. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem said she is questioning everything TSA does. Noem mentioned possible changes to the amount of liquids you can bring in your carry-on luggage. Last week, Noem announced that travelers were no longer required to take off their shoes while going through screening. While she mentioned liquids, Noem gave no details about exactly what changes may be made or how quickly they will be in place.
My goal would be that someday someone could walk into an airport, walk through a scanner and go right to their airplane.
I feel like it's great because it will minimize the timing, but as far as safety, I feel like they probably should check the shoes because you never know if someone's hiding something in the shoes or not.
Under current guidance from TSA, travelers can carry liquids in containers 3.4 ounces or less per item, and those items must be placed in a 1-quart resealable plastic bag. And in the coming months, it could be more expensive for people to visit the U.S. Some tourists and students and even business travelers will face a new visa fee of $250. Details are limited, but the visa integrity fee is included in the GOP's so-called One Big Beautiful Bill that just became a law. The visa integrity fee applies for all visitors requiring a non-immigrant visa. Reimbursements might be available, but how to get one when the fee begins is not yet clear. Well, taking another break from our top stories, let's take you outside for a look at the weather. This is through our tower camera. It's looking really nice out there. I'm calling those clouds the nice clouds because they're nice and pretty. Yeah. And I can tell you it's hot with a capital H.
Gentle.
Really hot.
Gentle clouds. Paulina, let me put that live camera back up for just a minute. Have you ever noticed how those clouds are flat on the bottom? Did you know that if you knew the distance from the ground up to the base of that cloud, you could calculate the humidity at the surface?
I did not know
How about that?
I hadn't even noticed that they're flat at the bottom.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
You didn't freak out when you saw that and went, how can a cloud be flat?
No, but I do agree with Monica. They look like the Simpsons clouds.
Yes.
Very
like
pretty.
The opening to the Simpsons. All right. Well, let's see if we can't turn those into some nimbus clouds, which of course means rain clouds. 97 has been our high so far today. El Paso, 98 Juarez, 95 Las Cruces, 97 Alamogordo. Certainly hot enough to produce thunder showers. We've got a dew point at 51 at the airport right now. Pretty muggy feel outside at this time. Now, for Saturday, the pattern will be thunder showers out here along the Arizona-New Mexico border. As you can see, it's already beginning, but we still have some lingering moisture and instability, which means we'll produce those little hit or miss showers and thunder showers. One over Hudspeth County, one in the northeast side of the county right now, one over Mexico. We'll keep that chance in for a while tonight, and tomorrow I'm removing the chance of storms as we go up to 100 degrees. But then by Sunday evening, storms come back and those thunder showers hit us with a vengeance next week. I'm going to have that detailed 9-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Paulina.
Robert, thank you. And in your consumer alert, ground beef is already pretty expensive, but we may be seeing even higher prices in the months to come. According to U.S. government data, just last month, the average price for a pound of beef rose to $6.12. That's up nearly 12% from a year ago. What's behind the price hike? Smaller herds, a 3-year drought, a flesh-eating pest in Mexico, and President Trump's tariffs could drive prices even higher. It's the height of grilling season, and those prices are likely to remain high. And from the food on your table to what you're watching on TV, Peacock is raising prices next week and will start testing a new slimmed-down tier. The streaming service, which is owned by NBC Universal and Comcast, will hike prices for the ad-supported premium plan by $3 to $10.99 a month, and the Premium Plus plan to $16.99 a month starting July 23rd. A select tier, which will feature current seasons of NBC and Bravo shows and an assortment of older titles, will cost $7.99 a month. Peacock reported 41 million paid subscribers in the first quarter, up from 36 million at the end of last year. And turning now to a story of perseverance and strength. She's just 18 years old, but when a man tried to kidnap her in broad daylight, Emma Marine didn't freeze. She fought back. The teen is now sharing her story for the first time, retelling the terrifying moments when instinct kicked in, and she screamed and struggled until she could get away. Riley Phillips has more on how she's doing now.
I've just been trying to focus on myself and get back to work.
18-year-old Emma Marine still processing what happened one Sunday in June.
Obviously, it was pretty traumatic.
Emma says it started as just a normal day of work at the smoke shop. She saw Theodore Tunador come into the store, look around, and leave. But an hour and a half later, he came back.
Looked around for a minute, and then he went behind the counter and then just started grabbing stuff, throwing it around, and started putting stuff in his pockets. And then the entire time I'm asking him to go to the other side of the counter.
Tunador tried to leave, so Emma blocked his way.
He said, "What are you going to do about it?" And then I sort of froze up a little bit.
That's when he started pushing Emma out to his truck, as seen in this surveillance video.
And then he just pushed me out of the door and put me in a chokehold and dragged me out to the truck and tried shoving me in.
Emma says her mind focused on one thing: fighting back.
Just that I had to get away, and I was terrified that he was going to hurt me.
She was able to get away and was helped by a woman who saw what was happening and called 911.
I am beyond thankful to her for being in that area and being able to get help that fast for me.
As Emma continues to recover from this, she hopes her experience can serve as a reminder for other women to never give up in a situation like this.
This can show other women and young females like myself that you can fight back and that it doesn't matter how small you are.
And 31-year-old Theodore Michael Tunador is charged with kidnapping, robbery, and other charges. Well, coming up, it was another dangerous and rainy day in Ruidoso. We'll show you yesterday's aftermath after the National Weather Service warned of excessive rainfall. Then, 8 new child sex abuse lawsuits have been filed against the Catholic Diocese of El Paso. In today's In the Comments segment, we dig into KTSM's social media platforms and share what viewers think. Thanks for watching KTSM 9 News First at 4, putting local first.
your local weather authority, Robert Bettis, the Borderland's only certified broadcast meteorologist.
Well, Ruidoso faced yet more flash flooding yesterday, just over a week after the deadly floods that struck the village. Take a look at this video captured by one of our viewers showing the raging floodwaters along Highway 70. Yesterday, the National Weather Service warned of excessive rainfall caused by extensive and severe flash flooding. The village of Ruidoso called it a dangerous and life-threatening situation, advising people not to travel unless they are leaving an area subject to flooding or are under an evacuation order. Robert, my heart and my prayers are with the village of Ruidoso because they just can't seem to catch a break. It's just devastation after devastation.
Yes, yesterday was a really bad day. It got better today. They weren't under any kind of flood warning today, so hopefully they'll be able to dry out. But you're right, it seems like they get even moderate rainfall in the area and then the streets flood. So hopefully they'll get all of that repaired in time.
Yes.
97 degrees right here at the International Airport. Winds coming in 13 miles per hour, gusting to about 19 miles per hour. We'll be looking at the dew point of 51 degrees, so it's juicy, it's humid outside. 95 up in Las Cruces. We still have that chance of hit or miss thunder showers that can crop up quickly and produce that locally heavy rain. Everybody down here I know hopes that that thunderstorm will randomly select his or her neighborhood and give some nice relief to the heat. Here are the high temperatures so far. 97 Alamogordo, 77 Ruidoso, 95 Deming, and 98 down in Juarez today. A look at the satellite radar composite. Now we're going to shift the monsoon to the west. As you can clearly see here, for Saturday I'm actually removing the chance of thunderstorms for the El Paso area, as I think we'll only see distant lightning. Then those thunderstorms begin to creep back in by Sunday evening. On the radar composite right now, this is the perfect example out in East Montana, not far from Waco Tanks, of one isolated cell. And look at that. There's nothing around it. It's very isolated, only a few blocks there. But that rain rate is over an inch per hour. And that will cause that brief, heavy rainfall that could flood streets and arroyos quickly. And we'll keep our eyes out for cells like that through the night tonight, calming down, of course, late evening tonight. Right now we have a flood advisory over Deming. It has been a very active day around the mountains of the Gila Wilderness, and they're going to get the heavy rainfall for Saturday afternoon as we dry out. Here comes your exclusive 9-hour forecast for tomorrow. High temperature 100 degrees, partly cloudy skies, should be storm-free, occasional gusts as we look to the west to see storms in the distance. Here's your allergy forecast. 9s across the board next 3 days. Tonight for you, Las Cruces. Want to keep that chance of storms in for a while tonight. 66. All the formula is there to produce those little hit or miss thunder showers. 97 your high temperature tomorrow. I don't see a great storm chance at all tomorrow. 74 our low at the International Airport tonight. Hit or miss thunder showers, brief heavy rainfall as we've seen. 100 high temperature tomorrow, storm-free 4 hours Saturday. Now only KTSM gives you 9 full days of weather. On Sunday, we'll see the late day thunderstorms percolate back into the area. Then on Monday, brief heavy rainfall as those thunder showers really engage again. This is the day that concerns me. Tuesday, I see the precipitable water charts going really crazy that day. That's available water for rainfall, so I'm going to be watchful of that day for the potential for really heavy rain. 95 on Wednesday, thunder showers Thursday, thinning out again Friday, and 104 Saturday and Sunday of next week. Paulina.
Thank you, Robert. Let's take you outside for a look at traffic once again. We're close to 5 o'clock hour. It's 4:50 right now. This is I-10 in Yarborough. There's cars on the road, as I mentioned in our first half hour. Obviously, it's Friday, so people are out there trying to get home. Just make sure if you're headed out there, we all want to get home. I know you want to kick off your weekend, but make sure you are driving safely. But as far as traffic, it's looking good. And ahead of the weekend, there are some road closures that you should be aware of that could affect your commute. According to TxDOT, the closures continue in West El Paso due to the I-10 Widening West project. On Sunday night from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., North Desert between Trans Mountain and Enchanted Springs will be closed. TxDOT says crews will be removing concrete barrier. Starting on Sunday through next Friday from 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. nightly, the left lane of I-10 East and westbound between Anthony and Nashua will be closed. TxDOT says crews will be performing concrete placement for new pavement. And you can always stay up to date with road closures by visiting KTSM.com. And the Catholic Diocese of El Paso is responding following 8 new lawsuits that have been filed against them. As we've reported, 2 lawsuits were filed back in spring of 2024 alleging that priests and bishops committed sexual abuse against young children ages 3 to 15. Court documents say some of the abuse happened as long ago as 50 years, with victims coming forward. The diocese says they encourage individuals with any knowledge of any misconduct or crime committed by any member to come forward to law enforcement. And we shared this story to our social media accounts, and many of you had some thoughts you wanted to share. Alex Lucero writes, "Anyone surprised? I am surprised that there are not more accusations and legal processes going on." John Cortez writes, "When are they going to go after the Baptists, Protestants, and all the others who have done the same? Guess their money keeps them safe." Well, now this is obviously a very, very serious situation, but we do appreciate all of your comments. We do read them. Here at KTSM, we value your opinion and we want to hear more from you. So make sure you're following us on our social media platforms to keep in touch with us through the comments. Well, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this break. You're watching KTSM 9 News, first at 4.
Financial Fridays, sponsored by One Source Federal Credit Union.
This week's Financial Friday focuses on fixing your credit. First, we need to find out what your credit history looks like by checking your credit report. Did you know that you get 1 free credit report a year? The 3 nationwide credit bureaus are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. All 3 have a centralized website, a toll-free number, and a mailing address, so you can order your free annual report from all 3 bureaus in one place. Your credit score is your financial footprint to help you purchase the car you want, the home you want, and the life you deserve. Now is a great time to start and manage a budget. Keep track of your spending each month to see where your money is actually going. It may surprise you. To learn more, or if you just need some guidance to help you start your financial path to the life you deserve, stop in today. Why? Because we're one source, of course.
Financial Fridays, sponsored by One Source Federal Credit Union.
Written in TEAS 2. There's nothing written in TEAS 2. For the vax to school? Okay. Oh no. Thank you. Yeah, because they weren't written, so I was like, oh, I need to check them out before.
Here's the last look at the forecast. Tomorrow, 100 degrees, the high temperature with partly cloudy skies. I believe we'll be storm free for our Saturday. Those late day thunderstorms inch back into the forecast on Sunday, 102. Then thunder showers likely with brief heavy rain on Monday. Tuesday is the day that concerns me with a heavy rain threat, and then thunder showers taper off as we go through the end of our work week. Paulina.
Robert, thank you. Now a quick preview of what's coming up at 5. Businesses in Far East El Paso along Montana Avenue are sharing their frustration about how the major expansion project will transform Montana into an expressway. It's causing them to lose sales and clients. Jesus Baltazar will be live in Far East El Paso with this story. And school supplies may be top of mind for many parents right now as kids head back to school, but health officials say there's something else that needs to be at the top of the list, and that's vaccinations, many of which are required by the state of Texas. Diana Castillo will have that report. And that's all coming up in just a couple of minutes. That does it for us here on KTSM 9 News First at 4. I'm Paulina Spencer. 9 News Now with Estela Casas is coming up next.
Hair and wardrobe provided by
More to this side and then one step forward. Okay. I'm doing good. How about yourself, Adam? Good, man. Hey, Kim. How are you?
Classy. It's just silver.
KTSM 9 News Now starts right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Estela Casas. Thanks for choosing 9 News Now. Businesses in Far East El Paso along Montana Avenue are sharing their frustration about how the major expansion project, which will transform